Do you believe that perfect beauty always comes at a cost? Behind the glitz, the icons you admire are bound by hidden deals where every surgery, every change is a battle for survival. Millions of dollars are spent, but what is sometimes lost is their very selves. We start with one icon and a warning. Are you ready to be shocked? Comment 1 if yes, 0 if not. Don't forget to like and subscribe to unlock untold secrets. Once a symbol of aristocratic elegance and a central figure in elite social circles, Jocelyn Wildenstein inadvertently mapped out a haunting trajectory that reveals the dangers of pursuing endless perfection. This journey was not an impulsive choice, but a dramatic escalation of cosmetic interventions born from an intense desire to preserve an ageless appearance, an unspoken expectation within a marriage defined by wealth power and relentless competition. Dependence on outward appearance became a survival strategy in her world of luxury. What initially were seen as refinements meant to freeze the clock quickly evolved into an uncontrollable dependence on transformation, pushing her ever farther from the image the world once knew and admired. This relentless change reached its peak in a shocking visual moment, turning her into a public target for scrutiny, ridicule, and iconic yet deeply sympathetic nicknames bestowed by the public. She inadvertently turned herself into an extreme metaphor for the dangers of chasing an unattainable standard of beauty. Her transformation became a warning about the growing disconnect between outward image and inner essence, where obsession with social acceptance overwhelms personal self-acceptance. Jocelyn's story stands as a profound and tragic case study of irrational and devastating trade-offs. Millions in assets were poured without limit into an illusion of appearance and eternal youth. Yet in the end, external enhancement proved utterly incapable of forming a shield against personal and financial collapse. Her extreme physical transformation could not protect her from scandal, mockery, or eventual bankruptcy. This stands as undeniable evidence that even extraordinary wealth and power cannot guarantee a favorable outcome in such a high-risk pursuit. Her tragedy lies in the fact that she wagered everything on altering her appearance while neglecting inner resilience and the stability of real life. Her return to public view was not a triumphant comeback, but a painful and unmistakable reminder of the destructive power of placing one's entire sense of worth into an ever-shifting, unattainable ideal of appearance. This is the tragedy of lost identity, a stark testament to how the excessive pursuit of external perfection can lead to the erasure of the inner self-dignity and even the life one once had. Her story stands as a powerful warning, compelling us to question the fragile boundary between self-improvement, self-expression, and self-destruction when obsession with image crosses the limits of reason. A legendary voice at the absolute peak of fame and talent suddenly withdrew into near-total silence for almost half a decade. When she re-emerged, the physical transformation was so striking that it redefined the global conversation about beauty standards and body image. This is the reality of Adele. Her profound and dramatic change forced the public to confront their own invisible obsession with appearance. Her return in a visibly different body sparked an intense wave of praise. But behind those headlines lay a far more complex story of personal motivation and public pressure. Like other cases that turn toward extreme measures, Adele's transformation illustrates how relentless pressure and scrutiny can push even the most resilient individuals toward profound defensive change. For Adele, weight loss was not merely a matter of health. It became an act of reclaiming control in a life that was constantly exposed and chaotic. Her physical transformation functioned as a shield against isolation and the quiet personal battles of the pandemic. It stands as a powerful reminder that at times, outward change is an individual's attempt to reassert autonomy in a world that seeks to strip it away. However, her journey reflects a painful truth that society often chooses to ignore. We celebrate extreme transformation while rarely questioning the emotional and psychological cost it demands. Adele's story goes beyond weight. It is about the heavy price of living in a culture obsessed with perfection, even when that perfection is built on personal pain, insecurity, and silent struggles. It serves as a sobering lesson that the glorification of appearance can obscure the deeper need for inner healing and unconditional self-acceptance. When a boxing career leaves undeniable physical marks on the face, the price paid extends far beyond the ring. Mickey Rourke's story stands as one of Hollywood's sharpest reminders of how restorative interventions can turn into hazardous endeavors. Once celebrated as a handsome leading man, Rourke chose a perilous path. Years in the ring resulted in severe injuries, forcing him to seek complex reconstructive procedures. The tragedy lies in the recovery process itself. Attempts at correction and reconstruction often made things unexpectedly worse. Rourke painfully admitted that one procedure left his face so disfigured it was unrecognizable. This serves as a case study in how medical interventions, when gone awry, can transform a star image into a cautionary tale about the risks of surgery. It raises questions about the fine line between functional restoration and a complete alteration of identity. However, his story does not end in destruction. Rourke's remarkable comeback in The Wrestler was not just a role, it was a reenactment of his own fall and resilience, a courageous act of embracing his scars. His journey proves a powerful truth. While interventions can leave physical damage, true victory comes from finding strength and resilience within the shattered pieces. He demonstrated that true identity does not reside in a perfect exterior, but in the ability to endure and accept the marks of one's battles. Britney Spears, the pop princess who grew up under the relentless scrutiny of the world, turned her personal cosmetic journey into a profound act of asserting autonomy. In a culture where the line between reality and perfection has been blurred by filters and edits, Britney's candidness about minor procedures such as Botox or lip injections felt both refreshing and liberating. Unlike celebrities who deny changes until they become undeniable, Britney chose transparency. She reminds us that not all interventions stem from obsession. Sometimes they are survival strategies within an industry that worships appearance. For someone whose life has been controlled and dissected since childhood, these minor changes are far from mere vanity. They are moments of reclaiming ownership where she asserts control over her body in a world constantly attempting to strip away her autonomy. Britney's story underscores a tragic truth behind every transformation. Whether subtle or dramatic, there is always a person struggling to be seen on their own terms, defying the impossible standards imposed by society. It is a journey of seeking validation from within rather than from the outside. Janice Dickinson, once celebrated as the world's first supermodel, lived her life unapologetically, including her long-standing reliance on cosmetic surgery. She openly admitted to facelifts, breast augmentations, and fillers, frequently appearing in debates about the limits of artificial beauty. However, in 2016, a breast cancer diagnosis forced Dickinson to confront a truth: no scalpel could alter the fight for survival. The woman who once altered her appearance to maintain prominence in a youth-obsessed industry now had to fight for her very life. Her transformation from a beauty icon to a resilient warrior proved stronger than any cosmetic enhancement. Surgery could alter her face, but only courage and steadfast will carried her through recovery and the uncertainty of illness. Janice's journey from cosmetic intervention to personal triumph demonstrates a fundamental truth: self-worth and identity are not defined by wrinkle-free skin or surgically refined features, but by the strength of spirit when confronting life's greatest challenges. Our bodies are not experiments in perfection. They are vessels of endurance and resilience. If you are inspired by Janice's fighting spirit and transformative perspective, type 2 in the comments below. If the story didn't move you, type 5. Either way, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like this video if you respect her unwavering will, and subscribe now, so you don't miss new videos where we continue to explore stories of identity, beauty, and human strength behind the spotlight. Val Kilmer's story of transformation stands in stark contrast to tales of vanity. This was not a quest for youth, it was a battle for survival. The Top Gun and Batman. Forever Star faced throat cancer, an enemy that threatened not only his career, but the very instrument that defined his fame, his voice. 2 surgeries and intensive treatments left indelible marks far deeper than any cosmetic intervention could ever create. While others in the entertainment industry sought facial changes in pursuit of perfection, Kilmer's transformed appearance tells a different story: the high cost of resilience. His voice was permanently affected, and his facial features changed noticeably. Yet it was his will to survive that defined him more than any role ever could. His return in Top Gun Maverick was not just a nostalgic moment, it was a powerful statement that illness would not silence him. Every frame carries the weight of his battle and the triumph of refusing to give up. Yet it was his will to survive that shaped him more profoundly than any role ever could. His emotional return in Top Gun Maverick was not merely a nostalgic moment, it was a powerful declaration that illness could neither erase him nor silence him. Every moment on screen carried the weight of his battle and the triumph of refusing to give up. This was no longer just a performance. It was a challenge to fate itself. He stood not merely as a legendary actor, but as living proof that a person can rise above disease and fear to rewrite their own story. Kilmer's journey serves as a profound reminder that not every change in appearance is a personal choice, and not every scar is something to be ashamed of. In an industry obsessed with outward beauty, his story offers an authentic and necessary perspective. True strength lies not in physical perfection, but in the courage to endure, adapt, and persist when life tries to take everything away. It is through these very losses that Kilmer has left a legacy far more powerful than any flawless beauty or perfect role ever could. Justin Jedlica, famously known as the human Ken doll, stands as one of the most extreme and alarming examples of aesthetic transformation in modern pop culture. By a certain point in his life, he had undergone an astonishing number of cosmetic procedures, a striking testament to pushing boundaries even within an already extravagant industry like Hollywood. He is not merely someone altering his appearance. He embodies the physical manifestation of near uncontrollable ambition. His relentless pursuit of body modification raises profound questions about the ultimate limits of artificial intervention. Justin Jedlica, famously known as the living embodiment of an ideal model, is one of the most extreme and concerning examples of aesthetic transformation in modern pop culture. By a certain age, he had undergone an astonishing number of cosmetic procedures, a clear testament to pushing boundaries even within an already extravagant industry like Hollywood. He is not merely someone altering his appearance. He represents the physical manifestation of an almost uncontrollable ambition. His relentless pursuit of body modification raises profound questions about the ultimate limits of artificial intervention. While some pursue subtle enhancements, Justin chose the extreme path, illustrating the dangerous and fragile boundary between self-expression and self-erasure. He serves as a stark reminder that the quest for idealization can lead to alarming distortion. His story forces us to confront a critical question. At what point does the pursuit of an ideal beauty cease to be personal empowerment and become socially sanctioned self-destruction. This choice clearly demonstrates how a cultural archetype can become the ultimate target of transformation. The life of Justin Jedlica stands both as a cautionary spectacle and a sharp reminder that the relentless pursuit of perfection leaves deep, lasting scars both outward and inward. He is a living illustration of how excess and uncontrollable obsession can spiral. His story serves as a crucial case study, urging us to critically reassess the standards we glorify. The cost is not just financial, it is the harmony between body and the identity of the mind. Every story reminds us that the glitz of Hollywood often conceals tremendous pressure on personal identity and self-worth. What makes you think the most? Comment down below. Share your thoughts on the cost of perfection in pop culture. I'll read and respond to all your comments. If you find this content valuable and insightful, remember to like this video to support the channel. Click subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any future exposés that Hollywood doesn't want you to hear. Thank you for joining us. See you in the next video.